Okay, so a little bit of background for my setting. I am a historian, a military historian, and I have a lot of experience as a game master and a wargamer and military historian in the Danish Home Guards and Viking reenactment fighter. So I do value some realism. For example, you don't use dexterity or agility or whatever for a warbow. You use strength because it takes strength. Um, the setting itself is mostly inspired by Tolkien and history, but also by Guy Gavriel Kay, by Feist, by Jordan, um, by even D&D. There's lots of influences on me. I'm old. I've read lots of books and played lots of games and had lots of experiences. But think Tolkien and also think the races of Tolkien, except there are also gnomes. Also, I'm not very modern in that respect, that if you play an evil race, you're evil. You can't play a good orc or a good drow. Well, you can, but you'd be the exception. And that's will, of course, make your character and your story more interesting, which might be fun to explore. Um, but you would be the exception. There are no what they call Illistrai drow. Drow are Lolth worshippers. Lolth is of course a false god because religion is very much like in Tolkien's Middle Earth. Anyways, um, I'm rambling. I always do that. It's a dark, dark setting. Imagine if the 5th and 6th century had carried on for 2,000 years, or if the decline in Tolkien's Middle Earth had carried out or continued for another 1,000 years with no ring war and triumph of the good and destruction of the Dark Lord. Imagine if in Jordan's Wheel of Time the the dragon had not been reborn, that it would just be continuing on. So there's a limit to races, and also magic is dangerous. It won't drive you mad as in Wheel of Time, but there is a chance that it will miss. You start in a setting inspired by Anglo-Saxon to early Norman England, or France in the sort of transition period from Rome to being their own Frankish realm, the early Francia. Think of the setting like that, and the races are like that. It's a valley with humans and a few dwarves and a few elves. Not that many humans either, because this is one of the places that's sort of on the edge of disappearing. So that is the brief description of this setting.